Have you ever imagined a human eating another human? My name is Otomba, and this is my story. The worst thing I ever saw was a man who opened another man's chest and ate what was inside while it was still warm. I saw it with my own eyes. I was 17 when I left my village to work at the palace. My uncle had served there before he grew old, so he used his name to get me in. It was a big deal. Nobody in our family had ever gone that far. When I first got there, the palace looked like a dream. Tall red walls, golden roofs, big carved doors. The kind of place you'd only hear about in old songs. Everything was neat. The guards wore shiny spears. The women wore silk wrappers. The king's name was on everyone's lips, Oba Odigon the Great, but behind that beauty, something felt off. It wasn't something you could touch or see. It was in the air. Like how you can feel rain before it falls, or danger before it speaks. Oba Odigon didn't talk much. His face never smiled. Not even a small one. When he walked past, we all dropped to our knees. You weren't allowed to look directly at him. Anyone who did will be gone forever. At first, I swept the kitchens. Then I helped pound yam. I even served once in the main hall, pouring palm wine into cups during the feast. I was proud. But I also knew nobody laughed too loud in that palace. Nobody gossiped. Everyone walked like they were stepping on a sleeping snake. One night, around midnight, we heard shouting. Loud, angry shouting. Then came drums. Not the kind you dance to. These were deep, slow, one beat at a time. Like they were counting down to something bad. The guards had caught a palace messenger stealing roasted goat from the king's private stock. Small meat, oh. But inside the palace, no crime is small. They tied the boy, 19 years old, right in the center of the palace square. All the workers were called out of bed. I was shivering the whole time. The king came out, wearing a red robe. No crown. No shoes. He stood there, looking at the boy like he was nothing. Then he raised one hand. That was all. Two guards stepped forward and started cutting the boy's chest open. They used a short curved blade sharp like a snake's fang. The boy screamed once. Then he went quiet. I'll never forget the sound of that blade. Like tearing wet cloth. The king stepped forward, and with his bare hand, he reached into the chest and pulled out the boy's heart. I was standing at the back. But I saw it clearly. The way it pulsed once, twice, then stopped. Oba Odigon didn't even blink. He took a bite. He chewed slowly. Blood ran down his chin. He looked like a demon in human skin. Some of us fainted. One servant ran and never came back. The rest of us just stood there, frozen. I didn't breathe until the king left. The next day, nobody spoke about it. At all. We all acted like nothing happened. That's how the palace worked. You didn't speak unless you wanted to disappear. But something inside me changed. The food tasted bitter. Even water felt heavy. I started to watch people more closely. Then one night, I was cleaning near the royal storeroom. I overheard Mama saw the head cook talking to one of the senior guards. She said, "It's getting worse. This is the fourth one in 2 months." The guard said, "As long as he eats, he stays strong." That's what the priest said. I leaned closer. She continued, But what happens when there's no one left to give? He didn't answer. After that night, I started counting. Every 2 weeks, someone disappeared. Not just thieves. A stable boy. A cleaner. Even one of the king's wives, all gone. Quietly. Then I noticed something strange. Every time someone vanished, the king would look younger the next day. His hair darker. His skin tighter. His voice louder. It was like their lives were feeding him. I didn't know what to do. If I told anyone, they'd say I was mad. Or worse, tell the guards, so I stayed quiet. But I planned my escape. One afternoon, while pounding yam, I cut my finger. A deep cut. The blood wouldn't stop. I ran to the palace nurse. She looked at my finger. And then looked at me strangely. "You need rest," she said. "I'll tell the head cook you're unfit to work tonight." I thanked her. But something didn't sit right. That night, I hid behind the storeroom instead of sleeping. And that's when I saw it. 2 guards. The same ones who cut open the boy. They came into the kitchen and asked for me. They said I was chosen for the midnight offering. I almost screamed. I knew then they were coming for me. I didn't wait. I ran. Through the back door. Past the well. Into the bush. Barefoot. Bleeding. My heart racing like a drum. I ran all night. I didn't stop until I saw the tree stain and the red dust road appear. Somehow, I made it back to my village by dawn. My mother cried when she saw me. But I didn't tell her anything. Not yet. I didn't speak a word for 3 days. A week later, news spread across the land. Oba Odigon had died. But not like a man. They said he was screaming when it happened. That his body twisted in ways no human body should. That his skin split open like cloth, and the palace goats ran wild. Birds stopped flying. Even the wind paused. The priest burned his body in secret. No burial. No tomb. Just fire. Now, the palace is empty. No one rows there anymore. The villagers say they hear things at night. Crunching sounds, like bones breaking. A shadow that walks with blood-stained feet. Some of the villagers said the king's spirit still hungers. That he walks the land, looking for hearts to eat. But me, I left that place behind. Yet sometimes, when I sleep, I dream of red ropes, and blood, and slow drums. And I wake up with the taste of metal in my mouth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, share and subscribe for more interesting stories.